I used to fear sweets, ice cream, chocolate, protein bars, dried mangoes, even cashews. Like, those were a lot of my trigger foods, especially like chocolate was a big one. Protein bars, like, I can't remember what, I think it was like Fit Crunch. I think the brand was called Fit Crunch or something like that. And I used to think, well, if I'm not going to eat a chocolate bar, like, just have a protein bar. At least that's going to be quote unquote healthier for you. And so I used the reason that it's quote unquote healthier to, have 3, 4, 5 bars in a sitting, when really, like, it was still binging. Whether I binged on dried mangoes, protein bars, a chocolate bar, like, I got the same feeling, right? The rush of anxiety, the surge of energy, the out-of-body experience, eating in secret, super fast, standing up, like that's what I used to do with all of these different foods. And I never allowed myself to have them, because the thing with me in the past, and I'm sure you can probably relate to this, I didn't know how to enjoy them without spiraling out of control. So the thought process was, Lorna, you just can't have it. just don't buy the protein bars, okay? When you're at the grocery store, don't buy the cashews. Don't buy the coconut clusters. Don't buy the bagels. Don't buy the ice cream. Don't buy the cereal, the granola, all these sugar foods. Don't buy the chocolate, because if it's at home, you're just going to eat it. And every single time I tried to just eat it with control, like, I always used to binge. And so I would just really avoid these foods kind of altogether, and I wouldn't allow myself to buy them. But honestly, that just left me so deprived. Like, my entire week, I was thinking about, like, when am I going to have them? Because let's be honest, like, you not buying certain foods is not going to stop your binge eating. It's not going to stop your binge eating. Like, me not buying chocolate, it wasn't like I didn't buy chocolate this week and then I never binged on chocolate. It was like, I didn't buy chocolate this week, but then I bought it next week and binge on it. I didn't buy a cereal this week, but then literally I would buy it and just eat it every single day because I was so deprived. And so I really just started thinking about those foods so much more. And again, I would literally drive to go get it. That, like, even protein bars, I used to get them at like Healthy Planet or whatever. And I'm like, no. You know what? Like, just, you can do without, like, you don't need them. You don't need to go buy them. And I would try, like, other substitutions, and it just, like, my meals were not satisfying. I'm like, I just want the protein bar, or I just want the cereal, or just want the bagel, or whatever it was. And then literally I would go and get into my car and I would drive. And I remember going to the store, and they had packages. So for protein bars, for example, there was like a pack of, I believe, 12 or 24. And then you can buy single ones, so like single packets. And because I never allowed myself to have it in so long, do you think I just bought one protein bar? No, I would literally buy the pack of 12, the pack of 24. And in my head, I'm like, you're going to eat this in moderation, like blah, 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 blah. And no, because I never allowed myself to have it. Literally, I would like be in the car already having 3. And then the next day I would have like 4 or 5. Like, it never works. It never works depriving yourself. It never works keeping sugar foods out of the house, because again, you don't make peace with those foods. And so I knew that was not a sustainable solution, like never buying the food, because I would buy it anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, great, you don't buy it this week, but you're going to buy it next week. So that literally makes 0 sense, because you're just depriving yourself and you're going to end up binging on it like so much more later on. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I should allow myself to have them. So I remember one point I went to the grocery store with my mom, and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy all the foods that I want. I literally bought things that I didn't even want, but I was like, well, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, you're just supposed to allow yourself to have all these foods. I remember buying like cookies and brownies and like all these foods that like I actually didn't even want. But I was like, well, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, if you want a healthy relationship with food, or if you want freedom, like, allow yourself to have all these foods. And like, I just spiraled even more out of control, and I felt like shit, to be honest with you. I was like this is also not a solution, because I'm eating these foods and I'm not feeling well. I'm swelling up like a freaking balloon. I'm so inflamed. My digestion is horrible. I feel horrible, and I don't have any energy, and I'm literally just eating all these foods because it's literally here. And that's not a sustainable solution either. So I knew that there needed to be a way that I could just enjoy some of these foods like ice cream or chocolate and sweets in moderation. Like I knew deep down that there had to be a way, because I would look at people in my life, and I use my family a lot as an example, but like my mom and my dad have never dieted in their entire life. God bless their soul. My parents never dieted in their life, and same with my sister. Like my whole family has never dieted, which is incredible, right? And I see my dad around like usually like 2 or 2:30, he'll have an espresso every day and then something sweet, whether it's, some dates, some chocolate, a piece of cake, or my mom will make a lot of these like homemade treats, and they're so good. They'll be like chocolate almond butter bars, cookies, like these protein date bite things. Like my mom just like bakes a lot of stuff with like, good quality ingredients. And so my dad will have his espresso every single day with something sweet. Does he binge? No. Why? Because he doesn't deprive himself. Like, that's literally it. It's like, okay, I'm going to allow myself to have it. Like, I want it. I'm going to allow myself to have it. So there's literally no need to binge on it, because I'm not dieting tomorrow. I'm not like, oh, this is the last time I'm going to eat this, so I have to eat it all. It's just like, no, this is what I want, so I'm just going to have it. And so I would look at like, my dad, who can just have like, my dad will have like, I don't know, like a few dates or whatever, and like, 1 or 2 cookies or whatever, and like, that's it. And I was like, okay, well, that's proof that somebody eats like a normal person. Like, that's proof. And I would look at my mom, she'd have like a bowl of chips, and like, okay, I'm good. So I was like, I know it's possible. Like, there has to be a way that I too, as well, can have certain foods like my cashews and just have a little bit, not have the entire jar, not be like eating standing up, feeling out of control. I wanted to be that person that can just like have a protein bar and like, that's it. I don't need 3, 4, 5, 6 and then feel so full and then go get my nails done and literally be sitting there like, I can't wait for the day to be over. That used to happen to me all the time. I would binge and then I would go do something like get my nails done to like try to like make me feel better. But the entire time I was sitting there so uncomfortable, and I would look at all these people with like smiles on their faces like, yeah, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, getting my nails done. Or like somebody would ask me, like one of the nail technicians, they'll be like, oh, like why are you getting your nails done? And I'm just like, just need a refill. Meanwhile, I was like trying to like make myself feel better, and it was just so uncomfortable. So I knew that there had to be a way for me to enjoy cashews, protein bars, ice cream, chocolate, whatever it was, in moderation, without eating the whole box, container, bag, whatever, without eating in secret when I was home alone, without just like consuming it all in like one day. And there was a way out. And this is the power of rewiring your brain. Once I learned how to rewire my brain, I stopped fearing food. I stopped feeling so impulsive around food. I stopped feeling the need to eat until I was physically sick. And it is the reason why now I can keep chocolate, ice cream, past sugar foods in the house and enjoy them whenever I want without binging. It was actually funny, a few days, like maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, I went to the grocery store and I bought ice cream. And cookie dough ice cream is literally the bomb.com. I got cookie dough ice cream and then this chocolate brownie. I'm like such a chocolate person, like chocolate or cookie dough, like sorry vanilla people or strawberry people. It's not a vibe. Okay, it's not a vibe. I'm a chocolate girl through and through. Got it from my grandpa. I have a sweet tooth. Anyways, I bought these ice creams, and I literally yesterday, I just remembered that I had them. I literally think it's been 3 weeks. I did not even remember that I had ice cream in my house. That would have not been the case a few years ago. Like if I bought chocolate or ice cream, I kid you not, the moment that I brought it into the house would be the moment that I would binge on it. Or like the next time I would have an opportunity to be home alone. Or half the time I would go and buy it when I was alone because that was the time to binge. I wouldn't want anyone to see that I, bought these foods. And I think it's been 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, I literally had, I kid you not, like a few tablespoons maybe. And like, that's it. I was like, I had a nectarine. What else did I have? I had like a nectarine, maybe some nuts or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But like, that's it. That's it. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy a full bowl of ice cream. I will have a full bowl of ice cream. I will go out with my parents or Andrew and have some ice cream. But like, I will also literally forget that it's there. The other day as well too, I went out to go buy more chocolate chips and I realized that like I still had like a bar of chocolate that I literally forgot about. It was just like in the back corner and I was like, oh, okay. So it's like I can keep these foods in my house and enjoy them whenever I want without binging and literally just sometimes forget that they're even there. I can bake without binging because I've rewired my brain. I don't see food as good versus bad anymore. I have self-trust. I don't have any urges. And rewiring my brain is the reason that I'm binge-free today. Rewiring my brain is the reason that I've been binge-free for 4 years now. Rewiring my brain is the reason that I could have these foods in the house without binging. Teaching my clients how to rewire their brain is the reason that they will message me literally a year after working together and saying, hey, Lorna, I dropped 20 pounds. Again, it's not about the weight, but I'm just sharing an example. I've dropped 20 pounds and I'm still not binging. Thank you for helping me heal my relationship with food because not only do I have complete freedom now, I haven't felt an urge to binge since working with you and I've also released weight in a healthy, natural way. This is the reason why somebody will message me 6 months after working with me. Hey, Lorna, I just went on a road trip and it was the most freeing thing in the world to stop at a bagel shop and get a bagel without having so much anxiety about what am I going to eat on this road trip. Rewiring your brain is the key to stopping your binge eating. You need to rewire your thoughts around food to stop seeing food as good versus bad. Oh, this is a good meal. This is a bad meal. Oh, this is this is unhealthy. Like, you need to rewire your thinking around food. You got to even rewire your beliefs about conquering binge eating. I say this all the time, but the people who conquer binge eating, they're not lucky. Like, they're just committed and they're willing to actually believe in themselves. Because when you believe in yourself, you're going to feel hope. You're going to feel excitement that you actually can conquer binge eating. You need to rewire your thinking around your body image so that you can stop obsessing over the way that you look and only choose the lowest calorie option. If you are constantly obsessing about the way that your body looks, you are not going to be honoring your cravings. And as a result, you're going to have more urges. As a result of being so obsessive over the way that you look, you're not going to get seconds. You're not going to have the brownie. You're not going to have the foods that you actually want. You're going to feel deprived and end up binging. You need tangible tools that will help you eat mindfully and actually trust yourself around sweets and trigger foods so that you can enjoy them without binging. So rewiring your brain is the key to stopping your binge eating. And I am going to be teaching you this exact process inside my 5-day experience on how to rewire your brain to stop binge eating. You know that you've spent years dieting, obsessing over calories, thinking about food all day, and letting food control you, that now you literally just have all these rules in your head that's making you just, again, constantly obsessive about like every single gram of food that you're consuming. Oh, this meal doesn't have protein. Oh, where's the vegetables? Oh, but I had carbs for breakfast. Should I have them for lunch? Like, you have all these rules in your head that's making you literally just so obsessive around food. And you know that you're binging. You know that eating in secret and consuming a lot of calories at once isn't normal. You know diets don't work and you're done with them. Like, you're so freaking done with quick fixes. And so now you're like, okay, I know that I'm binging and I'm ready to actually learn why the heck and Bob I'm feeling so out of control with food, because I don't want to fear food. I don't want to feel guilty when enjoying some ice cream. I don't want to feel like I'm going through this out of body experience. I don't want to just, open up the pantry and grab the box of cookies and eat them until I'm physically sick when my partner leaves the house. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. So inside of this 5-day experience, you're going to know exactly why you're binging and the exact steps to take for you to become less impulsive with food. You're going to stop seeing food as good versus bad. You're going to have so much excitement and hope that you can actually conquer binge eating. You're going to have a healthier self-image. You're going to rewire your thinking around your body image so that you can actually reach your health and fitness goals in a way that feels fun without having to weigh yourself, track your food, or spend hours in the gym. And you're going to be able to trust yourself around these trigger foods so that you can keep protein bars, chocolate, ice cream, nuts, peanut butter in your house without binge eating, because as a result of you rewiring your brain out of these habitual cycles. So I am so freaking excited. This 5-day experience is going to be incredible. You guys hear me talk all about rewiring your brain. I know how to help you stop your binge eating, and that is through rewiring your brain. So you're going to want to get inside. This is a 5-day experience on how to stop your binge eating. And it's $7, which is literally absolutely crazy. So many of you guys have already jumped inside. It's $7. So I'm going to leave the link down below for you guys to join. If you know you're out of control with food, you're eating in secret, you're thinking about food all day long, you're obsessing over calories, you feel like you're going through this out-of-body experience, you can't just have 1 or 2 cookies without binging, you're going to want to get inside this 5-day experience. So again, 5 days, rewiring your brain to stop binge eating. Think honestly, less impulsive, less food thoughts, less urges, less impulsivity, and more control, more freedom, more brain space to actually think about more important things other than food and calories. So I will leave the link down below for you. Join the Rewire Your Brain to Stop Binge Eating 5-day experience.